Hello, it's Randy Duck and welcome back to another video. This time I have 3 replays for you in what is probably my favourite tier 9 light tank in the game, and that's the French AMX 1390. 4-shot autoloader, sort of 240 alpha per clip. Got decent camo, very mobile, very quick, agile tank, and I love it, I really do. The first replay we've got to show you today is on El Haloof, and we've tuned up with Big Rossi and Swindle, and they're both in, I think they're both in Tortoises, or they're certainly both in tier 9 TDs. And we're going to go and use, I didn't want to rush to sort of the usual main hill spot, because quite often you get a lot of stuff full send out at the start, so I wanted to kind of assess my situation from this little spot, which I quite often like to use at the early doors. Unfortunately, this sort of Pajero 65 is full sender down, so he's a bit of a problem because he's going to keep me proxy spotted, so I need to get rid of him. I put 2 shots in, but I was nervous I was going to get shot there, so I actually pulled back to make sure I didn't lose any early hit points unnecessarily, and he gets shut down by our friendly fun police anyway. But as you notice, this is why I didn't rush to the centre of the map, because although it's a good position to spot tanks, you get this happen quite frequently, and you've got these 2 mediums just full sended across. I didn't want to be stuck in that situation. Because I don't have that many hit points, and obviously, yeah, it's going to cause me problems. So at the moment I'm trying to evade their shots incoming, just try and lose my spot basically, and see if we can possibly light them up again and light something else up, because they're a pain in my bum at the moment, because they're in a frustrating position, because if I can't sort of, it's difficult to full send over there, but I do have 2Ds covering me, so I'm going to attempt to try and light them up, because I wasn't having much luck spotting them from where I was. You can see there, we can see the chisel, which is a 1-shot, but we then got this object 430. Yeah, and you can see he's causing me a little bit of problems where he is, and I can no longer stay here, so I now need to get out of dodge. I've auto-aimed aim while I'm shooting my shot. Unfortunately for me, they're all going in. I couldn't really aim them because I'm more importantly trying to avoid not getting killed by all their snipers on their hill. You see I almost got shut down there. Trying my best to get into cover, doing all I can to try and avoid getting hit. Unfortunately, we just lose our spot in the nick of time, and we managed to get out of there. Yeah, we did lose half our hit points, but yeah, that's all we can do. Now this object 430, he has to die before I can move on. I'm pulling back as far back as I can to try and not get lit. Unfortunately, I'm getting lit by the guys behind us on the hill where all the heavies are. But I'm going to try and get my final shot in. I do miss one of the shots, so we wasn't able to finish him off. And yeah, that's a bit of a pain. But he then does get shut down by a Type 61, which is great. So we're going to have a look now just to lose our spot, and assess the situation, see if we can spot anything again, light any stuff for our team. It's not really happening, so what I was thinking I'm going to do is I was actually going to move up. I know there's a light tank at our base, so that's what is a problem. That's why I don't really want to full send over to that hill. I'm going to try a different angle to light them up, and I'm going to see, you see I was going around there just to check if I could spot anything, which is not happening. So I thought I might be able to go up here and see if I can spot the enemy artillery, because sometimes you can spot them if they're out of position. And we're going around this corner. Unfortunately, we do actually spot them, so we now know where both of them are. Unfortunately, we bounced the first one off the Jaggy 100. We get one in. He's sort of aiming at us, so we're a bit scared of getting shotgunned. We want to get it because we've got one more to finish him off. Unfortunately, we bounce, but he does miss his shot, so we are still in the game. We've now spotted this Polish medium tank in the open. Again, so I'm quite thankful I wasn't in the middle in this scenario, because I would have died. So we're going to see if we can finish him off, because he's sort of going to, he's approaching our TDs. He's probably going to proxy spot them if he gets too close. So I'm going to see if I can get round and potentially get a shot from the enemy sniper ridge. And here we are. So now I'm hoping I may be able to finish him off from this position. I should have some pretty decent shots at him, and we're going to try and finish him off and get rid of this pest if we can. We get 2 in, we get the 3rd in, finishes him off. But there's the light tank, which I was worried about. We get actually that shot in blind, and then we almost reverse into trouble. There's a 1-shot Death Star to us if we average roll. But yeah, he's just shot his shot, so I don't have to worry about him for a little bit. I know he's going to be in the reload. But I'm going to see still if I can spot anything up on this ridge for Rossi and Swindle to shoot at. which they are doing, and I'm getting some nice assistance rack up now for spotting these guys in the open. But yeah, I honestly love this tank. It's just a whole combination of decent camo, great gun, great mobility. It really works well for me. The only thing with all French tanks, you don't have very good gun elevation, which can cause you a little bit of problems. Unfortunately, I low rolled on there. I think I got 240 alpha. I rolled for 220, so I don't manage to finish off the Death Star. But he is now a one shot. We're going to see if we can spot any of these TDs up again. We managed to spot that light tank and get a little bit more assistance. So this game's looking pretty good for us right now. But it was important I stayed alive, really, because now I was able to light all these stuff up at the end game. So I'm going to push now and see if we can kill this Death Star. I didn't want to go around the other way because it was probably poking it, waiting for me to go that way. So I'm going to see if I can sneak up on him. I've gone for the reload, popped my food to reduce the reload. Because this is, I can't remember the full reload of the gun, we'll see in a second, but it's a pretty decent reload, and you're not really out of the battle that long. So here he is. Oh god, we almost died there, but we do finish him off, and so far having a good game. 3,600 assistance, 3,500 damage, and there's just that one piggy left to kill. We're going to win this game even if I do get shotguns, so I'm just going to full send in, hope for the best, gun blazing, and try and finish him off before our friendly fun police actually get the kill on him, because I want the kill. Yeah, that's why. So we're going straight in there, hoping for the best at this point, but unfortunately for us, he wasn't looking. We've got behind the side, and we get an easy kill for the artillery, bringing this an end to that game. So all that's left is to get to the results screen, and we can see how we did. We've got 4 kills, 3,600 damage, 3,600 assists, ace tanker, and yeah, not a bad result for the first game, but we've got 2 more to come, and if you stay with us, I will see you in a bit for the second replay of the video. Okay, so welcome back for the second replay of the video, and this one's a little bit different. We're on Mali and we're platooned up with Rossi and the Tortoise again, but it ends up being more of an assistance type of light play game, rather than just trying to get a damage. But yeah, so let's get on with it, and we can see how we get on. So there is 3 enemy light tanks and 2 enemy front police in the game, and that's not great. When you're in the light tank, you don't really want to be seeing 3 lights in the enemy team, because they're just going to get in your way and can cause a little bit of a problem. Much better when there's only 1 of each. But that's what we got, so that's what we're going to deal with. We go to the first location, little burst, just to see if we can spot anything. We do spot this light tank. We maybe stay around here for too long. Probably shouldn't have stayed around for the second shot. We really did want to punish him, but we end up losing a little bit of hit points in return. But I was just kind of eager to get rid of the enemy light tank if I could, because it's just going to make my life easier later on. So we do get another one in, and we do put him into a 1 shot, but we do take 1 off of him in return, and we're now on sort of about half hit points. We got the enemy light tank sort of pushing close where they're just going to keep proxy spotting me. I was concerned that I was there for quite a while at times. I didn't want to get slapped by the front police, but obviously I have good mobility, so I thought I'd move and just see if I can turn their focus elsewhere for a little bit, and then go back and see what we can do. This light tank is the one I want to kill, but the problem is if I full send over, there's going to be things watching, and I could easily lose my tank for that. So he's in a good position, to be fair, but our friendly T-54E2, he does not care, and he goes in and takes him out, and that is, that's very good for me, to be fair, because that's going to make my life a lot easier anyway. So we're just looking for shots while we got them. We go for the track wheel to try and track that Centurion in place, pick up a little bit more some assistance for that. But now I've kind of noticed we've got no one on the other side of the map, and I have Rossi here in the Tortoise just ready to farm if I can light stuff up. I've just seen the shot come in, so I know there's definitely things over there. So my plan is to drive over, see what we can spot up, and hopefully we can claim some assistance off of Rossi, and also stop them engaging in our base. This T-54, I wasn't expecting to be that close. He's a prey, so I need to try and take him out because he's going to keep me spotted. We get our 2 shots in on the move. We're just trying to avoid taking shots. He gets slapped by Rossi, puts him on a 1 shot, and he's actually left on 1 hit point, and then Rossi takes him out. So we're going to go straight back over. I know I am lit, so I'm trying to sort of do a little bit of weaving to try and spot some stuff up. We then spot this Roger in the middle of the map, in the middle of nowhere, and he is going to get absolutely farmed. You see, he went from full health to no health in a matter of time, putting us up to 3k assistance in a very short space of time. But there's more things there. We get this T30 lit up in the open, which is brilliant. So hopefully he's going to get taken out. He does have a little bit of a rock covering him from Rossi at this particular moment of time. But obviously I have 2 fun police, so I'm hoping they're going to focus him because he's the one sort of preventing me getting the more spots at the moment because he's in my way. And he's also focusing me. So I've got to be careful and try my best to use the ridge line to limit the amount of stuff it's going to have to shoot me while trying to keep them lit and seeing if I can light the other guys, which I know are in a little dip. But I'm having a little bit of difficulty lighting those guys. I do light them, but now I'm sort of stuck in a position where a T30 could potentially shoot me. I pick up some more assistance, putting this up to 4,000. So yeah, I'm having a decent assistance game now. So my plan is to try and light as much stuff up as I can to really maximise the assistance, just to see how much we can get done really. With the T30's turn for Rossi, so I was going to finish him off, but Rossi finishes him off for me, and we do take one in return from the CS53. He's on full health. I'm trying to keep him lit up for as long as possible, but I'm at sort of hit points now where it's getting a bit risky because I can't engage closer because he could then take me out. So I decided to see what I can do elsewhere, see if I can light up anywhere else on the map to get some assistance. On the way through we spotted this Dragon, so we were trying to finish off him. Might as well take a gun out of the game while we can with our last 2 shells. And we also pick up a little bit of assistance as well, putting some to 5,000 assistance. And there's still quite a few tanks sort of left in the game. I know there's that medium sort of on the right hand side, but there's also going to be stuff at their base. So I'm going to sort of take a different approach to spotting the stuff up, and I'm going to go down here because I know there's a lot of guns looking this way. And if I do catch something out, I'm going to pick up some assistance. Obviously it's a little bit risky if I do get caught out in the open here. It might not end too well for me, but I'm having a decentish game and I wanted to try and maximise on it, so you've got to take a little bit of risk where you can. And just I guess educate risks if you like. There's always going to be some risks involved. I was hoping this medium wasn't looking at us and was going to see if we can finish off the artillery, because why wouldn't you want to kill the fun police? We tried to get one in, we snapshotted, we didn't really take the time to aim. This time we are going to take the time to aim, but we miss anyway. We then do get the finishing kill. And we're going to just see if we can keep this CS53 lit up, because obviously he's gone full health and we've got 6,000 assistance. So I'd love to have all his hit points, to be brilliant. But I'm not quite managed to get in the shots. I'm trying to bait him out and see if we can light up the other tanks which are still in the back of the map. We do then just spot one. I do get shot. That'll put me in a 1 shot, and that is awkward. So I'm going to have to change my approach a little bit, because I'm going to end up dying in that situation. I can kind of see me dying. So I'm going to have to see if I can sort of move back while I light these up. Our team are quite close now, so they're going to be end up spotting for themselves. So I want to see if I can get any shots in. I must say I'm only on 54 hit points. We do pick that little one up from that GW Panther, putting us up to 6,000 assistance. At one point I was hoping I might be able to get the 10k assistance, because you had the 2 artillery. It could always happen, but it doesn't quite look like that's going to happen for me at the moment. But nevertheless, I want to try and get as many shots as I can. We see this CS53, we got the side shots into us. Unfortunately, he pulls into cover. He's now getting farmed by our team. So I'm going to see if I can light the 2 remaining tanks up, which are going to be over here, which are not lit up yet, because Rossi's a little bit further back. So if he shoots them, I will get the assistance for that. The sort of Leopard is playing in cover, or to stand to B I should say, causing me to, it's awkward, because I can't trade a shot. If I had a full hit points here, I'd actually let them shoot me so that they would expose themselves and then get shot in return. But that's not quite possible, so I'm just doing what I can to try and bait that stand to be out, hoping that maybe the fun piece will hit him, because then I would actually get the assistance. He gets shot down by the TD, and that puts us up to 7k, so that's nice. And then we're going to see if we can finish off the Leopard to get one in. But that's all we managed for the second replay of the video. So let's get some result screen and see how we did. We got 2 kills, sort of just under 2k damage, but we did get 7,000 assistance. And we actually picked up the ace tanker again, and obviously the patrol medal. So another decent game, different than the first one. But we've got one more replay, and obviously I always save the best replay to the end. So yeah, looking forward to showing you that one. So stay with us and I'll show you the third replay. Okay, so here we are for the final replay of the video, and I normally save the best to last. So this time we're on Pell River, and we are platooned up with Swindle, who's in a fun police. Yeah, so I don't want to sort of call him out there, but he is a fun police main. I know you see him on stream and he's playing his normal tanks, but yeah, most of the time he's with me. It's fun police, fun police, fun police. I'm like, oh, okay. But yeah, so we're going to get on, and we're going to see if we can put him to good use and get some assistance off of him. It's encounter, so I'm expecting a lot of stuff all going to come this way, just because that's where the cap is. And I'm hoping this will be quite a decent starting position to see if we can light anything up, get any early assistance. You see there we did get a spot which was on the light tank who's taking the middle, so I need to remember that he's there now. That's actually a good light tank as well, and that T54. We don't seem to be spotting much else up at the moment. We've got a little bit of assistance from that light tank for where we did spot him up, someone's already shot him. But we're not lighting a lot more up at this moment, so I was trying to be patient, but you know what, I figured I'm going to, even though I don't have that much stuff with me, obviously I know that I do have Swindle and the artillery, so I'm hoping that if I do spot some stuff he might be able to give me some assistance. So I'm going to move forward. I'm going to use this position. You have to be careful, because obviously if they have the middle where I am and they do spot me, they can have shots on me here potentially, so that's something I've got to be aware of. But I have managed to obviously spot up this heavy and this T9 TD as well. So I think this is going to be a good position. I'm not pulling a trigger at the moment because I don't want to waste a shot and then get lit. Obviously you lose your camo value when you do shoot. So I'm just going to hope that Swindle can put a shot in there for me. Unfortunately he did miss his first shot, and now this heavy's moving forward, so I thought, you know what, I'm going to take the shot because I was planning on moving. We do get lit up as to be expected, but we managed to sort of avoid any shots. So there's a light tank looking for shots on me as soon as I did get spotting. So obviously at this point he never knew where I was. That's the first time I've been spotted. I could have got punished there by that TD, but fortunately I didn't. I got away with it. And we picked up a little bit of assistance there. We've got on up to sort of 886 now. So yeah, so we picked it. Not a bad start to the game. It's still 14-14, so there's a long way to go. So I don't have to do anything too silly at this moment. But I am sort of, I'm getting a little bit thinking I do want to go in around these guys, but then this light tank gets spotted up, so I need to finish off him. That's a big plus, taking out a tier 9 light tank out of the game. And now I'm going to go and reload. I'm just getting safe from the enemy artillery because obviously they can shoot me here as well. But unfortunately from my point of view, they haven't shot me at this point. I'm just going to see if we can spot this TD to see if he's still there, whether he's moved. It looks like he's moved, and I've decided to do something a little bit crazy here because why not? And we're going to go in behind on this KV. We've auto-aimed that one, that actually bounced off the back of his tank, but I could have took the time to aim, but obviously I didn't want to get shot from the medium tank behind. But we see if we can get one more shot into him, which we do, and now he is now one shot, and fortunately we didn't take any punishment out of that whatsoever. Now we know we've got the heavy to a one shot. I'm thinking I'm just going to, because I want to get rid of them, because then I can move on past them and light the artillery, like the stuff which is probably still in their base, and really move on to the game, because we've had an okay start, but I know there's a lot of damage there, and obviously at the moment side doesn't have a lot of stuff to shoot at, so if I can get rid of these guys I should be able to give them some more targets. I don't learn from my first mistake and still don't auto-aim, so I still auto-aim, but that time I aimed it. We've gotten rid of the main threats now. We're sitting in the cap, so I'm obviously a little bit concerned that we could potentially cap out, but they have now got out of the cap, so I'm going to force them across and try and find out where these remaining 9 tanks are. Obviously I know there's some in the heavy side, but I'm guessing there's probably still going to be something sitting at the base, it normally is. But then we spotted up quite a lot of tanks here now, a lot of stuff for our 2 artilleries to get shots in. And we're going to go looking for the fun police, see if we can get rid of the enemy fun police. We do spot this tiger, so we're going to try and take care of him. We get one in, we're hoping we're going to get the kill. Unfortunately get shut down by our T55A, and that's quite important just to remember that I don't get that kill for later on in the game. But we do manage to get 2 into that TD, who also did retreat, and we've just seen where he was. So yeah, that's not a bad result. We're starting to get a little bit of damage here, but it's getting a little bit more cagey now. It's 7 versus 8. And obviously we've got 2 fun police, so this game's not won by any means. We're going to try and get rid of the other fun police because he's going to be here somewhere. We spotted him here on the other side, so we're going to try and take care of him before we move on, so we don't have to worry about him. He's looking directly at me, so that was a bit of pants, yeah, a bit of scary moment, a bit of poo and pants moment. But we do manage to take him out, putting us up to 2,300 damage and 1,000 assistance. Now we've killed those guys, we should be able to go back, start using the benefit being a light tank on a map like this, and try and get behind them, try and shoot them when we're not spotted, and try and get some damage in, because this tank can pick up a lot of damage in a short space of time. We've seen an opportunity to get one into this Guardian. We missed the first one, get the second one in blind. And now I was thinking about taking the middle quickly to see if I can get any shots into these guys. And as we approach, we actually realise there's this VK on a 2-shot to me. So I'm going to quickly take care of this guy, because I should be able to make short work for this guy. At this point I've not lost any hit points, which is fantastic. So we're going to try and move in and see if we can finish the VK off. We get one in, we get the second one in. We've taken care of this guy. It's now 4 versus 5, but although it is a 4 versus 5, we have 2 artilleries, and our other medium tank, the Dragon, Swindle's just telling me is disconnected. So really, it's kind of me and our 2 artilleries versus the remaining 4 tanks. So this game's definitely not won. But what we do know is we've got 2 tanks in the caps. We know where 2 of their tanks are. And I know we're not particularly healthy either. We know at least one of them is a 1-shot to us. And this is quite a nice position about this cap, is you can actually come straight through this middle. And I'm hoping they're not going to suspect me from coming this way. And I should be able to catch them off guard like this heavy has. Taking them out. I can now clip this guy with the remaining 3 shells, as long as I pen every one. We get one in, we take the first trade, which is all fine by me. He's a 1-shot, we should be able to finish him off, which we do. And that's taken up as another kill. I think I'm on like 7 kills or something at this point. And there's 2 tanks remaining. So we've got lots of time now. We've got no cap pressure. I'm still pretty healthy, so I don't need to take any gambles. Because like you say, well, Sai's just been killed, so really I've just got 1 fun police with me at the moment, because the other guy is currently disconnected. So I don't need to take any gambles. So I'm going to reposition. We get a shot into this Guardian SCG. Annoyingly the first one bounces, because now I can't skip him. We do put him on a 1-shot, but we take one in trade for that as well. That's why it was quite nice that I managed to get through this whole game with those hit points which I was able to trade. And now it's put me in a much better position, because that Guardian, I say, is dead. There's now this TD left. Sorry, the Guardian's not dead. The Guardian's on the 1-shot. Now we've just got this TD left to deal with. And I think it's potentially the Guardian who's in the cap, or it could be the TD. But we're going to lose our spot, and we're going to come at them from a different angle, because like I say, we've got all the time. We've got 6 minutes on the clock, or almost 7 minutes on the clock, and we're in a fast-moving light tank, so we're under no real pressure of them getting away. And unfortunately, we do spot this Guardian SCG. We're hoping he keeps moving out in the open, and he does. And then I managed to get one in. I track him annoyingly. I'm hoping not to eat one, which I don't. And we do manage to finish him off with a 2nd shot. So we're going to go on a reload. It still looks like that Dragon in the back is disconnected, because apparently sort of Sai's watching him and he keeps sort of driving into the wall, so I don't have his support at the moment. We do have obviously the support of the fun police, so I'm going to go. My plan was, expecting that where I've just killed the SG from, I was expecting the artillery to be sort of coming that way, or not, sorry, the enemy TD to be coming that way and looking for me there. So I was going to use my mobility and go all the way round and come at him from behind and hopefully catch him off guard, because obviously he's a turretless TD. And if I do, I'm going to be able to finish him off with ease. So that's the plan anyway. We do slow right down in this water because this tank is obviously not that tall. And we're just hoping to find this TD and pick up a kill if we can. But as I approach around this corner, you'll see he gets spotted. I was not expecting him there at all, and he could have potentially killed me here. I'm trying to just get out of dodge. I auto aim on the move, just going to try and not take a shot off of him, and that was close, because I'd rather thrown this game away there. I would have been really frustrated, but this Dragon is now playing, so I'm just going to wait for him to either come in and get behind him, and if he does die, I'll then know I've got the kill on the TD, or if he gets a kill. I'm just trying to force him to do something, but I wasn't expecting the TD to do this. He bounced, but he's not going to have the gun pressure to get the shot in, so I managed to get my other one in through the lower plate. And that brings us an end to this game. So all we're left to do is get to results screen, and we can see how we did. We managed to pick up 9 kills, just shy of 5,000 damage and 1,000 assistance. So we had a really nice game, but it was just gutting that we didn't manage to get that kill on the artillery, because we missed out on another Paul's medal. But nonetheless, a great game. And yeah, this tank, I love this tank. It probably is my favourite tier 9 tank in the game. It's such a fun tank to play. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, thank you so much for your support. Happy tanking.